Hey guys, MBSC1 again, or you might know me as Finn, or you might know me as Daniel Lynch. This is just going to be sort of an update video. I don't know what I'm going to update on, probably just my life, cutter tap. I'm just going to talk for a little bit. So, cutter tap, let's see, what month is it? December? Yeah. So we're in December right now, and basically the deal I made with my mother was that I was going to take this term off of school to work on cutter tap, and if cutter tap wasn't working, that I'd give it up and go back to school and start taking classes again and pursue a degree like that and then go to a regular job or whatever. But I don't want to do that, and I'm kind of compromising. So what I'm doing is I'm going back to school next term. I'm starting on the 23rd of January, I think. So I'm giving cutter tap until the 28th to start breaking even, because it's not breaking even. I've put about $5,000 into the site so far, $2,000 in initial investments, and then $3,000 throughout paying writers, content creators, getting advertisement, things like that. And I've made about, I would estimate, half of that back. So, you know, lost about $2,500 in the process. However, I might make that much money back over the next 6 months or whatever. So it might even out, and then maybe after another 6 months, or after cutter tap has been up for about a year, I will actually start making some money. Wouldn't that be nice? But I've heard that businesses don't make money at all for the first year, so if we actually do that, then I'll be happy. So yeah, so far I'm not making much off of the site, but I really want to keep it going, put a lot of work into it. Me and Ryan have done a ton. Andrew Zavala has done a lot as well, and all of our writers. So yeah, we want to keep this thing going, still trying. Basically what's got to happen is I've got to cut costs down to $700 or $800 a month, and then take in about 10 new subs over the next 25 days to make it so that we break even. And if we get pretty close, if I'm only paying like $50 a month into the site, no big deal. We'll probably get the next 4 or 5 subs over the next month or whatever. I'm not too worried about it. As long as I'm getting close to breaking even, I'm happy. The problem is that like last month and a couple of months before that, it was more like spending $1,000 to $1,100 and taking in $400 to $500. So it was like, that's not okay. Can't spend $500-600 a month on this site if it's not going to start proving itself. So that's where I'm at. Basically, if I can get those, if I can just make 5 subs before the 28th, I will be happy enough to keep the site going. And if I can get 10 subs over the next 25 days, I will work hard on expanding the site after the 28th. And we'll keep, I'll keep this as one of my focuses. But yeah, so that's kind of my plans in my half personal life, half cutter tap thing. Basically, we've got, so then there's our plans for the coming month. Ryan Baines Jordan, the site's, well, he's a lot of things. He does the HTML, so he does coding, and he does coding, he did the logo design, he does website design, he designs the emails, he does a lot of the techie side of the website. I kind of do partial management. Andrew Zavala does a lot of the management. So now we have 3 people. I think up until this update, I've basically said that we have 2 people, just me and Ryan, but now we have Andrew as well. It's a lot easier when you have more than 2 people, just because you have more people that I can rely on. I pay Andrew, I don't pay Ryan. Basically the situation is that me and Ryan are partners basically in the site, and Andrew is more of a worker that has influence on what we do, if that makes sense. So I pay Andrew a salary basically, and he helps with our decisions, kind of keeps us in the right direction, because he already had a roll of the dice, which was a non-profit website, basically just aimed at giving the community free articles, and the community giving back free articles so that everybody can benefit. Just a very community-based, helpful website. But cutter tap is profit-based. I mean, we still have the same ideals, it's just that there's money involved. So Andrew already has experience, and that's why we went with him. There was a couple other people that I was thinking about having manage, but he just has the experience. So basically, yeah, so he does a management side, he does scheduling and stuff like that. What's changing is I'm gonna have, so we don't have anybody really working on SEO right now. I don't know if you guys know what SEO is, but that stands for search engine optimization, and basically it makes it so our articles and pages come up more when people search different things. Like if they type in Pokemon articles, working on our search engine optimization basically makes it so that we come up higher on Google or Bing or whatever you use. And that's really important because, you know, people go online looking for deck lists or articles or videos or things like that all the time. So if you're the first result, you're going to get way, 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 way higher views than you would if you didn't take advantage of SEO. So, Andrew Zavala is going to start working on SEO because we have nobody doing that, and I'm going to start taking over the article scheduling side of things because that's what he does right now. I'm going to start scheduling writers instead. We're also cutting down on writers. I'm not going to talk about who we're cutting and who we're getting or whatever. Well, I'm not going to talk about who we're cutting, but I am saying though, I will tell you guys though that we are bringing in John Ing, or Eng, I don't know, I think it's Ing, John Ing. He's a senior. He's probably the best senior in the game right now. Normally we wouldn't bring in seniors, but he's too good. And his writing is pretty good, especially for a senior. I just read over his sample today and he's hired, so he's going to start writing for us. I think you guys are going to like his writing. I also ran the numbers last night, actually, just figuring out whose articles were the most successful and whose were the least successful. And so we're going to start focusing more on the people that produce the view count that we want. So we're doing a lot to optimize, well, I guess pretty much just me. I'm doing a lot to optimize where my money is going so that I can put my dollars at the things that are producing dollars. So yeah, we're doing a lot. I'm becoming a more experienced entrepreneur, I guess you could say. This is my first business venture, so I wasn't very experienced when I went into this, and now I've got about 6 months of experience behind me, and I kind of know what I'm doing now. Yeah, so even if this whole thing flops, even if Cutter Tap just ends up being a failed project, I still learned a lot from the whole experience, so I'll be happy with that. It'll be great fodder, not fodder, that's the wrong word, great for my resume. I guess if I apply somewhere. I really want to be an entrepreneur. I want to have a business that I make. I don't want to be hired by people. I want to hire people. If that makes sense. So, we have some new membership levels as well. So, I don't know if you guys saw this on the website update, but the Stage 1 membership, which used to be the podcast and videos and some other gobbledygook, is now turning into a newer player model. So instead of it being based, around video content and stuff you don't read, it's going to be designed for new players that want to get into the competitive scene and need to get their footing into the game. So it's going to focus on non-time sensitive topics that help you with the core mechanics of the game. For example, the bare bones of deck building, knowing how tournaments work, how to get yourself into a league, a little bit more intricate details of the rules. For example, like, you know, a standard rule is you can only attach 1 energy per turn, but a Stage 1 article might explain to you how you can bypass that with something called energy acceleration. And a lot of you are probably familiar with energy acceleration or know what that is, like Dynamotor, Dark Patch, Chorus Machine, things like that. But a newer player might not understand how energy acceleration works or how it fits into deck building or metagaming and things like that. So it's going to just kind of give people a set of core mechanic skills that they can use to get better at the game, and it won't be time sensitive. So I'm never going to talk about Fort Wayne regionals or Phoenix regionals or when League Cups are coming up or anything like that. It's always going to be about the game's core mechanics and rules and how to improve your play based on that. So something, an example of that would be how to check your prizes. This is something that I explain to a lot of people in coaching. because a lot of people don't check their prizes. But there's an acronym system that I use to check my prizes where you can figure out all of your prizes within a minute and 30 seconds every game. So, an article like that will always be helpful because unless a card comes out that says flip over your prizes, I mean, that already happens with Town Map, but nobody plays it because it sucks. So I guess if if a relevant card comes out that lets you flip over your prizes or lets you see your prizes, that would make it, I guess, less relevant. But in general, something like that isn't going to happen. So they're going to be based on improving your play with parts of the game that aren't going to go stale with a new format. So that's what Stage 1 is focused on. It's focused on newer players instead of the higher, more competitive level. Basically, as a rule of thumb, if you've made Top Cut before at any tournaments, you might be ready for Stage 2. If you've never made Top Cut at anything, Stage 1 is probably where you want to be. That's kind of my, if you're not sure which one's right for you, use that. And if you've never been to a competitive tournament, or if you've never been to any league, or you don't have a league, then Stage 1 is where you want to be. Also introducing a new membership level called Break. It's going to be, how there's, Break Evolution. I was trying to think of what's the next thing after Stage 2, and I was thinking, like, you do Mega, but I like Break because I think it's cooler. And, yeah, so Break membership. What's Break membership? I'm glad you asked, Finn. Well, Finn, Break membership is going to give you access to all of my exact deck lists that are going to be updated every other day. So, instead of reading my articles where it's like, this is my deck and it has this and that, it's going to have, we're still working on it because this isn't going to be out for at least another month from now. But basically there's going to be a format where you can see every single one of my lists for standard and expanded. So the Break membership is pretty much focused on me because it's, it's my website, I'm the main content creator. I do the most with the site, and I don't frankly have the money to pay somebody else to do this. So that's kind of why I wanted to create the membership, is because I'm never going to have to pay anybody else for it and hope that people buy it. It's just, hey, I'll put my lists up here. Worst case scenario, I just have an easy way to look at all my lists. So it's basically going to be a list database with a little bit of text, well, not a little bit, up to 500 words of text under each of the lists that explains what you can do, what cards you can switch out. It's going to be basically, it's going to give you everything you need for all the lists, because that's my skill, that's my ability. I am a deck builder, I'm an innovator, I am a deck creator, I'm good at refining lists and things like that. That's why I'm successful in Pokemon. I'm a good player too, but there's far better players than me out there. The reason why I do well at tournaments is because I'm a really good deck builder. So that's why I wanted to create this list database thing. I can make a very good list with 2 days. That's all I need. Not even that. I really just need 8 hours working on a deck to make the list 1 to 3 cards off of being perfect. Anyways, yeah, so sorry, I'm basically just sitting here bragging about myself. But anyway, I'm a good deck builder, and I wanted to use that somehow. It's going to be more expensive than the Stage 2 membership, and that's fine. It's not like everyone needs to get the Break membership. I'm not expecting to get more than like 5 people doing it. It's mostly a project that is going to benefit me and my teammates, because I'm going to give it to my teammates for free. Me and my teammates, and then anybody who wants, to get in on it, feel free. I'm toying with the $25 per month number, maybe $30 per month. I know that's expensive. Like, trust me, I understand that's expensive, and it's expensive for a reason. I don't want to give everybody and their brother my deck lists. Like, I work hard on these decks. I spend I spend hours upon hours, and it's taken me a long time to be the good deck builder that I am. So I don't want to just give these out to anybody. Yes, they're going to be a lot, the membership is going to be a lot. It's probably going to be $30 per month, but it gives you essentially don't have to work on lists if you have this, is what I'm saying. You don't need to work on your deck lists at all. All you need to do is focus on your play. So you don't need to swap cards out for different matches or figure out what cards are optimal to play in certain decks, I've already done that for you. That's what the break membership is for. So if you think about it like that, and if you have a job where you make 15 bucks an hour, it's like working one more hour at your job to not have to think about your lists ever. It's like it is the central hub for net decking. Like, literally, just net deck any of these. What deck do you want to play? This deck. Okay, net deck me. Read the little part. Okay, so do you prefer a higher end count? Swap this out for another end. Do you prefer running 3 VS Seeker instead of 4 because you think that you're good at that conservation? Swap this out for this. It's going to give you everything you need for a perfect net deck for your playstyle. That's the idea behind Break. So I think 30 bucks a month is actually not that bad if you are an adult or a young adult that has, income, and somebody that needs to balance their playtesting with their work life, like me. I make 15 bucks an hour at my job, so if I was offered this and I wasn't a deck builder, it would be a no-brainer for me, because it's just like, oh yeah, I don't need to build decks anymore. Easy. Like, that would be an amazing deal for me. So it's basically for people like me that have a work life and have the money for a membership like this, and want to be as efficient with their time as possible. So it's really a membership made for people who want to save time. And if you don't believe that I'm a good deck builder, I think I have it somewhere in the Break membership that lists all of my lists that have done well. In seniors in both 2015 and 2016, my list got second place. Connor Peterson got second place with Toad Bats, and Jeffrey Chang got second place with Donphan in 2015, as well as Coulter Decker got third place in 2015. They were both using the same Donphan list. So I work with good people that make good decks, and I make good decks a lot. And which, by the way, is another reason why you should coach with me. I mean, I like it. I like doing coaching. I'm kind of trying to back off with it because I make more money at my regular job anyway. So it's not like a super big deal for me to do coaching anymore. So my price is heightened because of that. But basically, if you think about it like this, Connor Peterson is a senior that I see pretty often. If you've seen Cutter Tap, you've probably seen a video of me playing with him. I gave him a deck list at Nationals. If he was coaching with me, and say he coached 4 hours a week, every week for 2 months before he went to Worlds, that would be... And say my coaching rate is 15 per hour, because that's what it is now, because that's what I make at my regular job, so I might as well work at my regular job if I'm not going to do coaching. I want it to be the same rate so that I'm motivated to also do coaching. Plus, I think I've improved as a player, so I think my rate should be higher. If you disagree with that, that's fine, no big deal, just don't coach with me. So say Connor coached 4 hours a week for 2 months with me. That is 4 times 4, which is 16, times 2 is 32, so 32 times 15. That would cost him exactly... That would cost him exactly $480. How much money did Connor Peterson win at Worlds, Finn? I'm glad you asked, Finn. He won over $16,000. So, just going to do some math real quick. Figure out how much money he made on coaching with me if he were to coach with me. So it looks like he made 33.3 times as much money off that investment. Why do I coach for 15 bucks an hour? I don't know. It's a steal if you actually are serious about this game, if you're a senior. Seriously, seniors and juniors, I'm surprised they're not just like lining up waiting for me to coach them. You can make so much money in this game if you're good as a junior or a senior. Like, it's insane. Anyway, sorry, I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but basically what I'm saying is if you're a junior or a senior and you want to do coaching, I'm your guy. I can supply you with the exact list you need, the coaching I'm the best coach there is right now. Like, nobody's doing coaching besides me. I've pretty much cornered this market, even though it's a small market. So yeah, if you want to do coaching, let me know. I can make you a lot of money. Anyway, so yeah, that's my coaching tangent. I think I'm done with that. So yeah, so break membership, stage 1. What else? On a more personal note, I'm going to be hitting a lot of regionals. I'm working on getting my passport right now so that I can go to Mexico and Canada. I'm most likely going to be hitting like 8 regionals this season, so hoping 8 more after the ones I've already been to. Definitely think I'm going to be able to get my invite. I've made over 500 points in the past. I think last season I got like 450. I wasn't trying too hard last season though. And the season before that I got like 589, I think, so I definitely think I can get 500 again this season. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I hear League Cups are going to start happening finally. I hear that we're going to get like 2 this season in my area, which I'm excited for. I think Standard isn't the most skill-based format in the world, but it's decent enough for the good players to come out on top most of the time, so I think I can I think I can say with pretty good confidence that I'll be able to top 8 both of those. Yeah, if I'm coming off as arrogant or full of myself in this video, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be realistic here. Like, I've been playing this game for a while. I try really hard. I focus really hard on this game. I think I deserve some good accomplishments. I'm expecting some good accomplishments. I don't think I'm being arrogant. I think I'm just being realistic. But, you know, think what you want. I also think I think I'll be able to pick up 1 regionals win out of the next 8 that I go to. You know, there's a lot of luck involved, so I'm not sure. But, you know, I have won regionals before. I won Utah regionals in 2015, and I'm sure I can do it again. So I think with going to, you know, pretty much twice as many regionals as I did in 2015, I should be able to pick up at least 1 regionals win. I haven't gotten one yet, though. Actually, my best placing at regionals so far is 10th, which is kind of weird. I'm not thrilled to say that. I've only been to 2, though. Wait, right? Arizona and Philly. Yeah, Arizona and Philly. Both very fun events. I had a ton of fun at both. I just wasn't focused at Philly, honestly. I was just like... I was just having so much fun. Because, I don't know if you guys know this, but I kind of struggle with depression. So, I was in such a slump before Philly that when I got to Philly, I was so happy to not be working that I forgot that I was like trying to do well at the tournament, and I was just like having a ball. Like I was just running around and yelling and having fun with my friends. Cause like I don't have a whole lot of friends over here. Like I don't see Pokemon people that I like can connect with very much. So when I went to Philly, I was like, all of my teammates and all of my friends are here. Like I was just having so much fun that I kind of forgot to focus on playing well. Yeah, but, what's his name? How am I forgetting this guy's name? He's a great person. What's... Jimmy McClure. Why did I think T? Anyway, Jimmy McClure made day 2 with the exact same list as me. So I know the list was good. Me and him were the only people using it. And hasn't tested Eviltal very much recently either. Like... well, not to bash on Jimmy. Jimmy's a great player. He just hasn't tested in this format a lot, so he doesn't play optimally all the time, especially in the mirror. I think he said explicitly that like he's not a pro in the mirror right now. But anyway, this is getting off topic. I think my list was good. I just wasn't playing perfectly. I'm also really excited about my team. I guess we're still Otter Chops, but I'm trying to get us to change the name. It was kind of Daniel Atavilla's like idea to call it Otter Chops, and I just don't like that name. Like nobody does. We just don't know what to call it. And Daniel left the team anyway, which is pretty significant because he was one of the founding, like he was one of the main people that was like active in Otter Chops. He just kind of left. He wanted to be on his own, which is fine. So now I wonder, what is our roster? Just so it's out there, like just so people actually know who I work with. Finnegan Lynch, Bodie Tracy, Jeffrey Chang, Nathan Beck, Jeremiah Williams, Josh Fernando, and Michael Tobias Perez. Michael's on the team, but he's not really on the team. Like he's on the team, but he doesn't really play Pokemon that much anymore. And I think he was only really put in there in the first place because he was my main testing partner. But yeah, Jeffrey's not super active either. It's mostly me, Josh, Jeremiah, and Bodie. We're like we're like the main people. Me, Josh, and Jeremiah mostly, actually. Bodhi's in there too, but yeah. Definitely trying to pick up more people. It's just hard to find people of the right caliber that we can trust, that like fit all of the criteria. Like Carter Copeland is trying to get onto the team right now. We have a couple different ways that people can try out. We're actually like working on a... Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah, we're working on a script. I should write this down before I forget it. Team entrance rules. So I'm working on a team requirement, like requirements to enter the team, basically. So one of the ways that you can get into Auto Chops is if I play an expanded 60-card Evil Tall Mirror match with somebody, and if they beat me, they're automatically in no matter what. Or not no matter what, sorry. That they meet one of the requirements. Basically, we have to be able to trust them, we have to like them, and then they have to do one of the following things, and one of the following things is beating me in a best of 5 Evil Tall Mirror. Other ways that we're toying around, the other ways that we're thinking about having people get onto the team is like if they win a regionals, if they get their invite, if they send us a list and we all review it and all agree that it's a good list that's original enough, then they can get on that way. Yeah, so I'm still working on the document right now, like trying to figure out, put it in writing and figure out exactly what somebody, or exactly the ways that somebody can use to get on the team. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. I mean, I don't know what else is going on. I'm probably, this is my dad's apartment. He's gone for the weekend and he let me kind of demo it because I'm probably going to move in here in about mid-January because he's going back to school in Illinois. I mean, I'm going to school too, but I'm going to live here with my friend Grant most likely. So I'm moving out. I'm really excited about that. That should be awesome. Which is actually exactly why I started needing the site to like at least break even, because I'm not gonna have the money to support it further if it doesn't at least break even. So yeah, that's what's on my mind right now. Money. Ooh. I think that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. They always end up very long. I can't seem to keep a video short. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here and stuff. So I think that's about it for this one. That's my life/website update. And I'll definitely be going to San Jose Regionals in 14 days as well. Okay, bye.